Okay, I'm back, and what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to share with you some past pieces that I've made and share with you how I made them, and maybe even critique them a little bit to show how they could have been made better, because this piece in particular is a favorite of mine. It's Mona Lisa. I love Mona Lisa. She makes me laugh. You know, there are those who say that this is actually Leonardo da Vinci in drag. I think he was quirky enough that maybe it is. I don't know, but I like her, and I think she's fun. And I used her a lot in my work at this time. And in fact, we still offer Mona Lisa cabs at the site. But anyway, this is just a big melange of acrylics, some crystals from Czechoslovakia, some little hippie. This was from a hippie necklace that I took apart. Here are the earrings that go with them, with the acrylic spears. I used to use them a lot. This was made in 1998. Now, I'm going to flip this over to show you what I would not do if I was making this piece today. As you can see, it's signed. Here's to Mona, first in a series. I did a lot of Mona jewelry. Then it's Bisou Boutiques, 1998. But look how I put this together. I used a crescent that was too small. So then I added and built onto it and just glued everything in. And E6000 is really cool that way. I'll kind of almost make its own setting. It's cleaned up pretty good. There's some tarnish on it, you know, from being worn. But I wouldn't do this now. I would use a piece that fit properly. You know, I would I don't like all this hanging out here in the back. I mean, it's sturdy. It's sturdy as a rock, but I just wouldn't do it this way now. But that's the way I did it then. And this was a real popular piece. A lot of people liked it, and I made a lot more of this piece too. Another piece that I did a lot of was this star. I did a lot of star brooches. And I'm going to flip this over. See, it is 2001 Bisou Boutiques. I used a star filigree, and then I put this pad on here to kind of seal it. Now, doing it today, I would have used a pin back that matched it. But back then I wasn't that particular. This is raw brass, so I sealed it with spray lacquer. The front, there's no lacquer on this because there's so much glitz in it. If you use lacquer or resin or stuff like that over glitz, you're going to lose the faceting. It doesn't look nice. You don't want to do that. It's centered with an old cold paint enamel rose. Behind it there's a big stone that matches these. These are the earrings. So we got some old cold paint there, and then I've tinted these a little bit, leaves with a little bit of silver. But there you go. That's how I made them. See, there's the pad with the filigree over it. They're very well made. And then there's the rhinestone chain. I used to line this rhinestone chain all around the edges first. But there you go on that one. And then another thing that I really used to like to do was found item work. In fact, that's where I started. This one was in 2003. And once again, I think I would have been a little neater with my work. A little trick that you can do is you can actually mix a little gold or silver paint into your E6000 when you apply a pin back, and it'll look like solder. No kidding, it will. This is pretty good. But this one is not lacquered to the top, because if you had lacquered over all these beautiful buttons, you would have lost the detail in them. It might have brought the detail in this flat piece out a little bit, but the rest of it, it would have just really not done well. I always call this my cookie brooch because it's big like a cookie. And I featured this on my website a number of times. I love the old Victorian buttons, and I love this button. I used to be able to get lots of these buttons. It's just very hard to get them now. Here and again I'll have a few, but it's hard. But anyway, if you have a bunch of old buttons and charms, this is a real cool way to go. You can make just the most fun stuff from it. And another case in point is this necklace, which I enjoyed, and I made about the same time. It's signed 2003 Bisou. And I'm using the crescent on the back that we sell at the website. Once again, I would have started this with the big mother of pearl stones, and these are the black lip mother of pearl stones. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I just decided on what my focal was going to be and build out from there. Use big things first, medium things second, and then the little things on top. And as you can see, I really am fond of sewing snaps. I used to love to use sewing snaps and little metal buttons in my work. So I did that a lot, and this is one I still wear and enjoy today. This piece is a commercially made collage piece, and once again, this is a Wendy Gell piece. She did design a line of jewelry that was featured at QVC at one time. and I bought this on QVC to support Wendy at the time. And I love these big fluted stones. We've carried these big fluted stones and these teardrop pearls at the site. And we can, again, if you guys are interested, we'll get them back in and have them again. But you can see this is a neat convertible piece that you can take the chain off of, and it's plated. But this mount was created for it. She designed the collage, and the mount was created for it, and then the pieces were hand set. And so this is a treasured piece that belongs to me that was from Wendy's line. Now here's a piece that I never finished. I don't know when I did this, 05 maybe. But here's the crescent. See, now this was really a nice, neat example. I'm glad I still have this one to show you, because even though there are things coming off of it, you're not seeing a lot of glue on there. You just have to be sure that you keep your holes free, because you're going to want to bead the back up, put chain or whatever. This has nice balance. What I want to do sometime this week is I want to get my paints out, and I want to get in here with a fine paintbrush, and I want to paint this. And accent it, and then I want to do a little bit of ice resin over it, and then we'll set the stones, and maybe we'll work on it together next week in a video and see where we go with that, because I think this is going to be a great trendy idea, taking that idea of the colorization of brass that we did a few weeks ago and applying it to something like this and putting something together. You're going to enjoy that, so I hope you'll stick with me and come back to see that. And one last quick thing I want to... Oh, by the way, this is the crescent. You can buy it on the site. And in fact, I even wrote this down. Base 08134. That's the SKU number. And we do have quite a few of them in stock, and I'm always getting more. This is what you want to do something like this. And I think this one's plated brass ox. Looks like it is. But we have them in raw, too. And then one last thing real quick. If you saw the big blue bracelet, the Glam 50s bracelet on my website, I talked about a base that was used to create that. This is how I would have done that. I found this piece, and I will post a picture of it on my blog as well. I put the pads on the back to prevent the glue from coming through. There's a nice box clasp on it, and then each one would be collaged, and then you'd have a really cool bracelet. So however you want to do it. This one could be found items, it could be keys, it could be pretty stones or whatever. But that's how that one went together, and this is the base. So I was happy to find this to show you. So anyway, hang in there with me, come back. We're going to work on this for a while until we get good at it again, and we're going to be making some bodacious collaged pieces.